Driver Denny.
Hi guys, it's Tuesday. Thought I'd do a little random video midweek for you, and why not, eh? But before I get into it, there has been a lot of talk, and I've had a couple of questions from people on this Uber court case win that's freeing up a percentage of the fare ride. Now, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, guys. There's no magical other 20% that Uber can play with, and here's why. So it dates back to when Uber had to start paying us pensions and holiday pays and stuff. HMRC put it in that they had to pay the VAT on the full fare of 20%. Now Uber, although paying it, has never accepted it and has continued to fight this case. Meanwhile, Bolt comes swooping in. Bolt got to the High Court and Bolt won, saying they are covered under the tourism scheme, which means they only pay the VAT on their profit, if you like, their earnings of the fare. So customer pays, driver gets X, Bolt gets X, Bolt pays the VAT on their X, not the driver's side of things, because we are still all self-employed. Now, what's happened recently is Uber's continuing the court case so that they pay the same as Bolt. And HMRC has gone, oh, do you know what? They're going to win this. So let's not force them to pay the amount now. Let's just get them to pay the amount of the profit until it's settled in court. Now that's a big stress, until it's settled in court, because it's not settled yet. So Uber now just has to pay that portion of the VAT. However, Uber has already taken all this into account, and their lawyers and accountants have already thought they're going to win on this basis. So all that has all been taken into account when they're filing their annual reports, and it's all in the annual report. Now keep in mind, I'm not an accountant, I'm just an Uber driver, but I've had to look into all this because of the so many questions from you guys. Outcome is absolutely nothing is going to change, and this has already all been taken into account for by Uber. Let's get on with today's shift. I've just pulled over. Totally forgot to say, because of all that fat stuff burning me head out, that today's shift's going to be slightly different. So I've seen so many people now on social media saying you can't even hit £100 on Uber in a weekday. It's pointless. So today I'm going to drive till I hit 100 quid. And let's find out whether it's pointless, whether it's easy, whether it's fast, whether it's quick, whether it drags on all night to midnight. Now, normally I don't set myself a target, because targets can stress you out, especially if you're not hitting them and you're out all the time trying to hit it, and someone's in front of you driving really slow and you're like, get out the way, I've got a target to hit. So it can stress you out. So generally I don't do it, but today I'm going to do it for a bit of fun, because it's a weekday video. Let's see how we get on. First hour up, I'm on 25.66, lovely hour. £2 of that is a tip though, so keep that in mind as well. But I've just found something amusing, I'll share it with you. So I picked up a couple in Asda. It was a say 30s 40s couple, and he went to put the bags in the boot, and straight away she went, you don't have to put them in the boot. And I was thinking, you do. But then the fella said, of course you'd have to put them in the boot. You can't have them in the back of his car. It was only one bag, she then said. And then he went, it doesn't matter whether it's 1, 2 or 3, they need to go in his boot. And I'm thinking, you tell him, mate, you tell him. As I'm driving along, goes round a roundabout, and I hear the shopping fall in the boot. She immediately looks at him and goes, that wouldn't have happened if you would have had them here. Can't win, can you? Another hour up, and I'm on 47 quid. So again, not a bad little hour. Problem I see for the forthcoming hour is the traffic has started to build up everywhere now. and there's a lot of roadworks in the city I work in. But let's see what happens. Another hour up, 65 quid. I was right, the traffic just went tenfold, loads of it, and loads of roadworks as well. I was just taking a customer home, and as I got to By Street, it was 4-way controlled traffic lights. So I got through them, and as I went to turn into Air Road, I realised it was all blocked and said no entry. So I quickly pulled over on the left and said, I can't do the right, it's all, you know, no entry. And she looked up from her phone, not paying any attention, and went, oh, you can go right the way down there, you can go up a certain street and go, and I went, or you can just get out here and walk across. Like I was gonna do all that. R6, and I'm on about 87 quid or something like that. I'll stick it there. I've just had another one of them jobs. Remember I was telling you about it in another video, where it pops up saying the organisation has booked this trip. Don't say anything in the chat that you don't wish for them to see. You know, basically it was Uber's version. I'll stick it here. It was Uber's version of warning us that it's a company that's booked it, so it's under some type of company account. Now, the last time I had one of these, it was an NHS account going from one hospital to the other. And more of these seem to be appearing. I don't know whether you guys are getting more or whether it's just me, but I've seen it quite a bit now. And I think this is how they're worming the way into the companies and worming the way eventually into the school trips. And take it, and I reckon eventually they're going to start putting bids in to do the school contracts and do all the school trips, especially with the likes of Uber Teens and stuff coming up. I've made a mistake now though. I'm in the city centre, and I think I may have to bail from here, because in the last 5 minutes or so, all it's offered me was a £4 job. Right, another hour up, and what's really funny is that I'm doing this particular challenge today. And then, just then, when I was in a car park, another Uber driver pulls up alongside me and he went, I recognise you, you're off the internet, aren't you? And I went, yeah. And he went, oh, yeah, I've seen your videos. He went, do us a favour, tell all your viewers that Uber is right. Well, anyway, that was a message from him, not me. Is what I'm on. Boom. I've hit the target, and here's how long it took me in hours. So there you go, guys. You can hit £100 on a weekday on Uber. If you've enjoyed this vid, give us a like, give us a sub. Catch you in the next one.